The 640, now I'm on my way, man. What more can I say? What more can I say, man? Now I'm on my way. Now I'm on my way, man. Now I'm on my way, man. The 640, now I'm on my way, man. What more can I say? What more can I say, man? Now I'm on my way. Now I'm on my way, man. Now I'm on my way, man. Step with Orange Johnson, now it's all to the good. The 640 evening show, man, it's all to the hood. Cornelius Green, that's the OG. He the one that got me plugged. So wait, shy-o, man, my music like a drug. Yes, Scarlet and Gray all day. Did I make somebody talk about they really wanna spin around? The 640, did it get shorty? Did I make the mama talk about she wanna get down? Yeah, presidential, you are residential. Why you look at me like you really want that wall? If you know what I know, or if you do what I know, you be looking like, bro, it's time for you to go. It's the bobbity boobity boobity bobbity ziggity zing ziggity zow. Zoozos and wormers and wormers and zoozos and people be looking like he's putting down. The fire that I really admire. When I listen to the 46 or the 640, your honor, I'm a bomb like Sarah Connor. Do you even know what I am saying? There is a reason they call me Desperado, cause I am about to go super saiyan. I said I'm a bomb like Sarah Connor. Do you even know what I am saying? There is a reason they call me Desperado, cause I am about to go super saiyan. The 640, now I'm on my way, man. What more can I say? What more can I say, man? Now I'm on my way. Now I'm on my way, man. Now I'm on my way, man. The 640, now I'm on my way, man. What more can I say? What more can I say, man? Now I'm on my way. Now I'm on my way, man. Now I'm on my way. I've been grinding all day, hustling all night. Get this music on these streets. I'm trying to do it. Alright, it's not alright to try, you gotta do. Listen to me, bro, you gotta act the fool. When you're flipping and flopping and there is no stopping, sometimes you gotta take up your school. Let me calm down, let me chill for a second, cause I'm wildin' out, if you know what I mean. Cause my flows is off of the top of the dome, it's like a drone that's going insane. To the membrane, like I was a separate hill. Get 'em up, then I make another brother to go about this for one. Are you for real? I'm crazy, psycho, make you dance like Michael Jackson. When I'm rapping, it'll make you grab your rifle. So please tune in to 640, man. I'm the type of guy to take your shorty, and I'm desperado. Nothing but love, man. I really do got nothing but love for you. Appreciate everything. This one's for y'all. Got you. Thank you. So we go. The 640. Now I'm on my way, man. What more can I say? What more can I say, man? Now I'm on my way. Now I'm on my way, man. Now I'm on my way, man. The 640.
Yeah, it's the 640 evening show here on VoxWave.com. I'm holding the camera because we live, but I'm not taping myself. Ain't that right, Stan? Well, all right. Hey, look, we got a great show today. We have some interesting people that are going to be talking about a lot of community impact. But first of all, instead of the soliloquy like 640 normally does, because, you know, what I did was I decided to take the show over, so 640 is in the trunk right now. He's going to go ahead. We can bring him back in a little while. Maybe he learn how to act right. Okay? You understand what I'm saying? You know how 640 gets sometimes. But for right now, we got Bren 10 doing... Took his time. Sorry about that. Hey, this is Bren 10. You know Bren 10 is one of our guys that's basically is a recurring artist and a friend of the show. Now, we apologize for being late. That's not going to be a big deal. We're going to do this full hour. So for all you guys that said you were going, I'll see you at 8 o'clock, you were right. Hey, Tim, you were right. Dallas, you were right. We don't care. If you want to really control the situation, this is what you do. You call Reg over at Vox Wave and you get your own show. How about that, Stan? We happy that Stan made it in here on time. I mean, made it in here safely, man. So I'm glad that everything turned out well. Technical difficulties, live show, stuff happens. It's been happening since forever and ever. Amen. Okay, so hey, you know, it's bad weather out here in the D.C. area. I want to also say we're praying for the folks down in the New Orleans area, the Gulf Coast area, because they're going through some trying times. They've already been through plenty of stuff. And I'm saying that on top of that, my mother's down there. Hey, Mom, make sure you bring me some of them Benoits. You know, with the little sugar on the top. Got me, baby. I know you got me. That's my mom's right there. Hey, but right now we're going to get here with my man, Bren 10. Took his time.
Bren 10. Yeah. If any of y'all fuck with Lil Wayne, tell him I really didn't murder him on his own song. This is a remix. Someone said God took his time when he made me and put my pride to the side is what makes me. I'm on a diet from the fake peeps. Cause in my eyes all that love seems so fake to me. Someone said God took his time when he made me. Can't put my pride to the side is what makes me. I'm on a diet from the fake peeps. Cause in my eyes all that love seems so fake to me. Someone said God took his time when he made me. You see, attitude is fuck you and pay me. Can't put my pride to the side is what makes me. Gotta look alive, look alive. Let me talk to you, look. Told a nigga trust the process. Process leads to prospect. Prospect, nigga prospect. Long story, I ain't stopped yet. Whole lot I ain't got yet. See you niggas playing catch up. Get right or get got left. Talk about the wave, nigga. I'm a monster. Loch Ness. Big shit ain't even dropped yet. Ask a nigga how he doing. Going good and I got next. I ain't got time for chit chat. Getting by and to get back. I be focused on my big stacks. Big dog and a big cat. And I got bars too. Break through yours. Kit Kat. To the wheels falling fixed flats. Stay focused on my riff rap. Based on a true story. If I spit it, know I live that. New bezel on my wrist set. Before a nigga ever dips. Make sure I get my shit back, you can catch me on the move, you can catch me on the moves. Shine ball like a jump man on the shoes. I'm a beast on the loose, can't afford to take a lose. New face of the game, can't afford to take a bruise. See, damn, I'm feeling picture perfect. Ain't getting money, I'm getting nervous. I gotta get it, I deserve it. But I don't play about my paper, so don't edit or reword it. A burger flipper to a rapper, damn, a nigga is converted. God took his time when he made me. Can't put my pride to the side, it's what makes me. I'm on a diet from the fake peeps. Cause in my eyes, all that love seems so fake to me. Someone said God took his time when he made me. Can't put my pride to the side, it's what makes me. I'm on a diet, gotta cut out the fake peeps. Cause in my eyes, all that love seems so fake to me. Someone said God took his time when he made me. My attitude is fuck you and pay me. Can't put my pride to the side, it's what makes me. Gotta look alive, look alive. Watch this. I'm the best, you best respected. I'm the king, no second guessing. Wake up in the morning, gotta get it. Fuck the breakfast, sleeping pills, I'm feeling reckless. Snap on disrespected, blind pressure to the pressures hold me down just like compression. Legacy, I'm coming after, and that check I'm running after. My bus so far from tiny, can't escape, it's coming at me. Up for grabs, I gotta grab it. I'm the dopest, not a habit. Might lose focus for a second, fuck it, never been distracted. See, going good, I feel fine, nigga. Put it all on the line, nigga. I was told the world's mine, nigga, so I'ma split all with my niggas. Now I'm thinking on some bigger plans. Biggest plans with the biggest plans. Big dream with the bigger plans. Big door with the bigger plans. God took his time when he made me. Put my pride to the side is what makes me. I'm on a diet from the fake peeps. Cause in my eyes all that love seems so fake to me. Someone said God took his time when he made me. Can't put my pride to the side is what makes me. I'm on a diet from the fake peeps. Cause in my eyes all that love seems so fake to me. Someone said God took his time when he made me. Attitude is fuck you and pay me. Can't put my pride to the side is what makes me. Gotta look alive, look alive. What a time to be alive. Bren Sam. You can follow me at official _ Bren Sam. Now that I got your attention. What's a king without a queen? They both out now. Stop sleeping on me.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's Bren 10 right there, baby. That's Bren 10 right there, man. Hey, look. Original music. This is the original independent artist show. So don't forget that we are on from 7 to 8 p.m. on voxwave.com. If you have any questions at all, you need to give us a call. If you want to talk to Bren 10, if you want to talk to any of our guests ever, it's 240-719-2560 here on voxwave.com in the voxwave.com studio. Okay. It's your man T back, man. Look, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to pay some bills real quick so we can get back to our guests right now. hold fast. Hey, Watts Branch, PG County. Hey, C Pleasant, stand up. Because I went out and got a straight ringer. That's what I'm talking about. Duckie Vaughn will be with us soon. Hold fast. Hey, KD, what's up?
We're in 10.
Someone said God took his time when he made me. Can't put my pride to the side is what makes me. I'm on a diet, gotta cut out the fake beats. Cause in my eyes all that love seems so fake to me. Someone said God took his time when he made me. Can't put my pride to the side is what makes me. I'm on a diet from the fake peeps. Cause in my eyes all that love seems so fake to me. Someone said God took his time when he made me. Attitudes, fuck you and pay me. Can't put my pride to the side is what makes me. Gotta look alive, look alive.
Yeah. Told a nigga trust the process. Process leads to progress. Progress makes a prospect. Long story, I ain't stopped yet. Whole lot I ain't got yet. See you niggas playing catch up. Get right or get got left. Talk about the wave, nigga. I'm a monster. Loch Ness. Big shit ain't even dropped yet. Ask a nigga how he doing. Going good and I got next. I ain't got no time for chit chat. Getting by and to get back. I be thinking about the big stacks. Big dog and a big cat. And I got bars too. Break through yours, Kit Kat. To the wheels falling fixed flats. Stay focused amongst riff-raff. Based on a true story. If I spit it, no, I live that. New presser where my wrist at. Before a nigga ever dips, make sure I get my chip back. You can catch me on the move, you can catch me on the news. Try and ball like the jump man on the shoes. I'm a beast on the loose, and I can't afford to lose. New face of the game, can't afford to take a bruise. Damn, I'm feeling picture perfect. And get money, I'm getting nervous. Gotta get it, I deserve it. I don't play about my paper, don't edit or reword it. Burger flip it to a rapper. Damn, a nigga
Someone
is converted.
said God took his time when he made me. Can't put my pride to the side is what makes me. I'm on a diet, gotta cut out the fake peeps. Cause in my eyes all that love seems so fake to me. Someone said God took his time when he made me. Can't put my pride to the side is what makes me. I'm on a diet from the fake peeps. Cause in my eyes all that love seems so fake to me. Someone said God took his time when he made me. Attitudes, fuck you and pay me. Can't put my pride to the side is what makes me. Gotta look alive, look alive.
I'm the best, you best respected. I'm the king, no second guessing. Wake up in the morning, gotta get it, fuck the breakfast. Sleeping pills, I'm feeling reckless. Snap your disrespect, applying pressure to the pressures. Hold me down just like compression. Legacy, I'm coming after, and that check I'm running after. My bus so far from tiny, can't escape his humming happy. Up for grabs, I gotta grab it. I'm the dopest, not a habit. I lose focus for a second, fuck it, never been distracted. Going good, I feel fine, nigga. Put it all on the line, nigga. I was told the world's mine, nigga. I'ma split it all with my niggas. Now I'm thinking about some dinner plans. Couple stocks and some business plans. Bigger dreams, think the bigger plans. Big deal with a bigger
Someone
band.
said
Any
God
chance
took
I
his time
get,
when he
do
made
it all
me.
when I get the
Can't
chance.
put my pride to the side is what makes me. I'm on a diet, gotta cut out the fake peeps. Cause in my eyes all that love seems so fake to me. Someone said God took his time when he made me. Can't put my pride to the side is what makes me. I'm on a diet from the fake peeps. Cause in my eyes all that love seems so fake to me. Someone said God took his time when he made me. Attitudes, fuck you and pay me. Can't put my pride to the side is what makes me. Gotta look alive, look alive.
Welcome back to the 640 Evening Show. I'm your man T, and 640 is still in the trunk. Did you hear him? Yeah, I heard him beating on the trunk. It's okay. Hey, sometimes he needs to exercise his right to, scream and yell without having a mic on. That's okay. But right now, man, we have Mr. Bernard Duckie Vaughn here, a D.C. area legend in basketball and mentorship. Thanks for coming on, man.
Thanks for having me.
You doing
Appreciate
okay?
it. Yeah, I'm doing great.
All right,
Doing
man.
great.
You know, you and I had a conversation about 3 weeks ago on the phone.
Right.
And we talked a lot about basketball, but it morphed into more of a community action type of situation for the youth.
Right.
And not just the youth, just for communities in general.
Right.
My first question to you, because you still live in the community, what do you think about what's going on right now with all the shootings and all the upheaval and all the flexing, unnecessary bravado right now that's going on?
Well, you know, it's funny that you would say that because I was on a little Facebook thing the other day and I saw this post where this little girl said, all the cowards, you know, put your guns down and fight like a man, you know, like we used to do when we was coming up. And it might not have seemed important at that particular time of what she was saying, but it's very relevant to what you're saying now. It's sad, you know, and it's not for lack of trying. I think that we try our best to do what we can for the community. Right. There's always somebody or someone that don't like what we do. Okay. And for that reason alone, whether it be drug infested or whatever, you know, if we're rocking their boat, they want to try to stop it, you know, and I think that's sad because my thing has always been that we as black men in general are responsible for our kids' success, whether they biologically ours or not. Right. We have an obligation to make sure that these kids, especially these black boys and girls, have opportunity to succeed rather than fail. And that has more to do than just sports, you know, in the classroom or whatever, because, you know, we use sports as a way to try to come out of our situations. Right. But academics really is the way to come out of your situation.
That's a solid way to do
it. Yeah, you know, and that's the best way to do it because, you know, one thing I learned, and, you know, I grew up down Watts Playground, and so I had a first-hand look of the drugs and what it was doing to the community, alcohol, what it was doing to the community. But I had a mentor like Fatty Taylor that believed in me. And a lot of people don't know this, but I didn't start playing until I was 15, 16 years old.
I was going to touch on that later on.
Yeah.
Since you said that, I mean, what was it about the game? Were you intimidated by the game in terms of watching them play, or was it something that just didn't interest you at that particular point?
No, what it was is that growing up down Watts, you know, we played football. Right. We played baseball.
People forget it was a baseball.
Yeah, baseball was more relevant down there, but Fatty Fatty was with the Washington Caps, Virginia Squires, and the Denver Nuggets. And what Fatty and Dave Bean them used to do, they used to come down Watts, and he would bring Dave Bean, you know, Charlie Scott, NDRE father, Ralph Simpson. A lot of people don't know that.
That's
Ralph Simpson is NDRE father. Right. Not Ralph Sampson, but Ralph Simpson. They played for the Denver Nuggets. Right. But we used to sit and watch them. And as we sit and watch them, my curiosity just grew. We had a hell of a competition battle down Watts, man. You know, I remember we used to come home from school at Evans, and we used to shoot for downs, then go home and change your clothes, then come back.
Everybody knew what they were supposed to do.
Because it was just packed down there. If you lose, that's it, you know. But you know, but it instilled in us down there. You know, it was really, really a community. We didn't have a lot of killings and things going on down there. We had a lot of fighting. Yeah. You know, Southeast against Northeast, the 58th Street crew against the Southeast side, against the DC side, the Northeast side, and things like that. But we didn't, you know, and Maryland Park, yeah. And then you just you fight, you win or lose, but you go, and sometimes you end up being best friends behind that. Yep. But now, like you were saying, in the communities now, you lose a fight, you know, then you got to fight 15 or 20 more people.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? And just around the corner from my house yesterday, the boy got killed in the barbershop, you know. So things happen so close to you that it's mind-boggling, you know, that we would do what people have been doing to us for years, and that's destroy one another.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I just feel that, you know, we as black men have to take back our cities. We can't run and hide. And we can't, and another thing we can't do, we can't run from our situations, good or bad, you know.
Face them either way.
Yeah, and if you're transparent and honest about your situation and you take ownership of your situation, that helps the kids understand that you don't have to stick your hands in the fire to know that it burns.
That's right.
That don't go down that road, because I've been down that road.
Do yourself a favor
Yeah.
and take heed of what I just showed.
Well, yeah, and that's what we don't do. But see, we look down on people because they might have served a little bit of time. We look down on people because they went to jail for this. We look down on people. But see, here's the thing. That's just a part of your past.
Right.
The thing is that we have to let these kids know that this is not
That's not the end of it.
yeah, that's not, and then you don't want to go down this road.
Right.
Even though it don't always come out that way.
Well,
But you know, at least I know that you did your best to bring some type of stability to your community by inviting people that had opportunities that squander it away
right.
through drugs and
You know a
alcohol.
lot of people that
And then you got people that recovered from that, like myself, that been down that road and recovered. And now my whole thing there is to do exactly what you say. What can I do to help our community to progress?
You know, that the community that we're talking about, far northeast, Deanwood area, it's been through several different transformations over the last 35 years.
All right.
I can remember when my father would go to the crab house to go get some crabs, and came and said, "Boy, get in this car."
Yeah.
I said, "Where we going, man? I don't want to go. I'm 8. I don't want to go
Yeah.
in the neighborhood." He said, "No, you gotta come see this." That was the first time I saw West Unsealed play.
Right.
That was the very first time I saw. I never saw the Bullets play at Cap Center first.
Right.
We couldn't afford the tickets.
Right. Yeah.
My father was like, one day, man, you know, when things get a little bit better, you know, when I first, and my father wasn't a broke man, but he said, "I'm taking care of business because I got two children."
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I got to kind of settle myself and make sure that I'm okay, make sure that home's okay, make sure that we got everything right.
Right.
He said, after that, I'll make sure when y'all get a little older, I'm going to take y'all to the games. But right now, we going over here, and I saw this dude that he was taller than me.
Right.
But there were other guys that were
Taller than him, yeah.
And I was like, he would out-leap these guys.
Right.
And turn and throw the ball. I was like, how did he do
Yeah.
that without touching the ground?
Yeah. Yeah.
He came over to me. He actually lived uptown. He moved uptown. His
Right.
kids were growing up uptown when he was still with the Washington Bullets.
Right.
And I just asked him one day, we were at Fort Stevens, I said, "How do you do that?" He says, "I just do it."
Right.
And I figured out how to do it, and I worked on it, and I became a pro at it.
Right.
I could flick that ball. I could make the ball go this way. I could make the ball go that way.
Yeah.
What is it that we're not doing in terms of teaching the kids that work ethic?
Yeah. Well, I don't think that we don't try not to teach them. Here's my take on that. See, just like you just made a statement about where you got that from. Mm-hmm. Now, Wes Unsealed older than me,
Right.
but you remember that.
Oh, yeah.
See, so today's kids or today's people, some of them will think you hating because you're old and the game that passed us by and
Right.
it's changed. See, but they don't understand that what I do is I'm teaching. I'm not hating.
Right.
There's a difference. So if I'm telling you something about your game, that's something to help you, not hurt you. I'm not hating on you because you're making $2, $3, $4 million a year.
No.
I'm happy for you. But that's the problem that you have because teaching and mentoring and all that together, you know, you have to be able to understand what it is to be able to do all that, you know. So now if you're just doing it just to teach somebody how to play basketball, then what are you in it for?
That's what it's
So when I got into it because I got tired of the politics. Then I realized that nobody was, I mean, I don't say nobody, but they weren't teaching the kids how to play the game.
Right.
It's just like when I first started, I can play, but I didn't know how to play.
the right way.
The right way. Right. So the thing is, so the fundamentals of sports, not just basketball, but
Life.
the fundamental, it translates into life. Mm-hmm. See, because what job that you can have that goes up and down like sports. One day you the big man on campus, the next day you the GOAT.
You the GOAT.
You know, so
it
you
ain't
know,
a good
so
GOAT either.
it ain't a good GOAT. so you know, so you learn.
Right.
So what happened with the kids today is that some of them, you know, they prima donnas.
Instant gratification.
And they want what they want when they want it, and that's what that is. And then the thing is that, sure, the game might have changed, but see, the one thing that's never changed is what you just said: hard work. Because you never see those guys or girls get up there and they say, "I worked hard on perfecting this."
They don't.
You know, so that's the part of the game that's never changed.
Right.
You know, so it's not that we don't try to help the kids. It's just that are they open to what it is that you're saying?
Right.
Are they open to the fact that you'll bring a Duckie Vaughn into St. Albans to talk to the kids,
Right.
as opposed as they bring LeBron James in to talk to the kids? Right. Now, we can tell them the same thing, but
You're right. I'm with you.
they're going, because LeBron
said, I'm going to go do
but
it.
then,
Yeah.
but when you ask them, where did you hear that from? They say, well, Coach told us the same thing.
Right.
But why is it so important that when LeBron said, then when you said, or when I said?
The message
And,
is
and
the
I want to
same.
share this with you, too, before we go. I remember when I was trying out for the Celtics, and I never forget this, and Bill Russell was talking to us, you know, and he said, and it stuck with me to this day. I tried out for the Celtics in 1977. To this day, I'll never forget what he said. He said, never create an illusion that you know somebody and you really, really don't. And I tell that to kids all the time. And what he was telling us was that it's this kid that saw him. He was somewhere, California somewhere. Mm-hmm. But anyway, you know, he do a lot of camps and stuff like that. But anyway, his kid ran up to him, and he had his little friends with him, and he said, Mr. Russell, don't you remember me? And he said, no, son, I don't remember. Who are you? You know,
Gotcha.
And he was trying to go on and explain to the Bill Russell that it was, you know, this place back in, and he said, you know how many camps that I do and stuff like that. See, he don't really know. He know of Bill Russell,
Right.
but he don't know Bill Russell. And what Bill Russell made us understand back then is that he created an illusion that he knew Bill Russell, but he really, really didn't.
Right.
So what we have to do is we got to know one another.
Relate.
We got to relate to one another. You know, and that's what I tell kids all the time. When you see the posters that I post sometimes about the kids that have gone on and done well, like Tyoka Jackson, Kirk Smith, you know, Charlie Moe, you know, Tyoka Jackson was down in Melbourne when he was 8, 9 years old, and was you didn't think that he'd have had 13, 14 years in the NFL. But you know, so like I said, you never know what a kid may be. That's why even when you're doing what you're doing, there's somebody somewhere want to do what it is that you're doing. You know, it might not have nothing to do with basketball. They just might want to, you know, I just want to learn how to be on the TV, and I want to learn how to do the.
Y'all look like, I have had kids come up to me and say, man, you look like y'all. He said, it looks like the kids that you're coaching are having fun.
Right.
I said, well, then come on out.
Yeah.
Next season, come on out
Come
and
on.
play. I won't be coaching you. You'll be with another coach, but it'll be the same kids.
Right. Right.
And I'll be supporting.
Right.
All right. We know a lot of the same people.
Right.
I'm gonna give a shout out to my man Clint McCoy.
Yeah. Old Boo.
He said, "Hey, Boo, what's up, man?"
That's my man.
That's my main after
I know.
scrapper right there.
Yeah.
That's my main man from way back.
Yeah, old Boo.
You know, I watched him develop, and I'm gonna use him as an example because his game has changed. He's an older gentleman now.
Right.
but he can still play.
Right.
I watched Charles Harrison develop from the time he was at Carroll, but I saw him play at Watts from time
Right.
to time. I would come by there, but I was in a position where I could come and see these guys. I said, man, I can't even get on that court, man. I said, I can't get on that court. I said, but I want to come see these guys that really do it every day. I'm not from this neighborhood, but I'm going to watch.
Right.
So every once in a while, I would come through with a family friend or a family member and just like, well, I'm staying with you for about an hour, then I got to go. The guys that I watched play, I used to come back to Coolidge to see Kurt Smith play.
Right.
I remember the day I met his brother.
Charles.
I met Charles. We were out in front of a St. John's Gonzaga game at St. John's, and Mark Tillman was playing that game. It was his junior year. It was his junior year.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there, I'm like, they played Coolidge, it'd be over with. That's when Dave Butler and Derek Davis.
Right. Oh yeah.
We had a mob.
Yeah.
They ended up playing St. John's that year in the consolation game at Coldfield House. This guy came out the crowd. He was just standing around. And I just looked over at him. He was like, hey, man, so you go to Coolidge, huh? I said, yeah. He said, well, they ain't seen nothing until they seen St. Anthony's.
Yeah.
I was like, St. Anthony's? They got a team? He looked at me like, oh, if we was in the WCAC, if we was in what was the inner high at the time, oh, you would definitely know who I was.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't realize that those guys were from Watts.
Yeah.
So when you're seeing these people and then you start seeing where they're coming from, you hear the stories and everything, because I didn't know Charles at the time. But I remember his face when he started playing for Georgetown. I was like, that's the dude that was talking to me about how bad, and he played with a mob.
Yeah, the ironic thing about that is that St. Anthony had a great basketball team before he got there. Yeah. John Thompson was coaching up there. But this is just to go back to what you were saying about Watts. See, Kirk Smith, Charles Smith. Charles Smith got cut from H.D. Woodson. See, a lot of people didn't know that.
I didn't know that. I knew this.
And he went to St. Anthony. But that's the part that we play, by me being older than them. And the reason when Melvin had his basketball camp, that was the reason why we try to have it to get kids like that an opportunity that they wouldn't get elsewhere.
Right.
So when Charlie Moe and Kurt and all those guys used to leave from down Melvin or down Watts, they would go other places to play, and you can tell that they were the type of kids that were
travel.
And then Charlie Moe told me, he said, Morgan Wooten asked him one time, where the hell y'all learn how to play like that? Because see, we were fundamental. See, and my man Tars Brown, Sting, was me and him ran that camp together. He was my camp counselor. But the thing is that you don't know what these kids are end up being. Right. I'm so proud of those kids, man, that they're adults now. But when you look at it, Charlie Moe at Wake Forest and Georgetown. You got Kirk Smith went to Drake. You got Charles Smith that went to Georgetown. And the list go on and on. Tyreek Jackson went to Penn State. Got the football field named after him up in McNamara. See, a lot of people don't know that.
People don't know that.
Yeah.
They don't know that.
Played for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, St. Louis Rams, and the Detroit Lions for 12 to 15 years. But you don't know. See, and that's what we get into it for. I didn't do it for the money because there wasn't no money to be done for it. I did it for the fact that when you come up in a neighborhood like Watts, Keller Miller, Deanwood, I saw firsthand how these colleges would come in and get these kids, recruit them
quietly,
and take them to the school, let them play their sport, and when it was over, drop them right back off in the neighborhood with no degree, no nothing. So that was my whole thing, was to make sure that I got my college degree, so those kids realize that don't be used. It's more about sports. So so a lot of people they couldn't believe when I ended up at Cornell University, which was an Ivy League school, right? And things like that. But the thing is that I didn't want to come back without a degree.
Okay, you didn't want to make it. You didn't want. You didn't want to waste your time.
I didn't want them to not realize that if I could do it, they could do it.
Everybody can.
Yeah, and I think that's something I try to preach now more than anything, because you got a better chance of getting struck by lightning than you do making an NBA team.
It's a pipe dream.
And then, when I was coming up, like you came up with Buddha, but you can go overseas, make a few $1,000s. But now the basketball game has gone global. So now you look at I think the biggest outsourcing of jobs come from the NBA.
Yes.
Because they're trying to put a global thing on this, and what they're doing, they go to all the countries. So they'll draft somebody that's 7 feet from overseas, they average 2 points a game, as opposed to drafting a guy like you that been here and went to Duke or Maryland or somewhere and averaged 20 a game and 10. So they have capitalized off the globalness of it, and then some of the guys don't realize that's why it's so difficult sometimes for some of them to make the team.
That's a good point you brought up, because I was watching Summer League.
Mm-hmm.
You got the teams, you got all the NBA teams there, but then you got the Chinese team.
They got the
Croatian team. I was like, hold up, man.
Yeah.
They got teams coming over here because they're actually recruiting these guys to come play in the league.
Yeah.
Now, when I saw a lot of guys who did not make it to the NBA.
Right.
Now, I was at Morgan State, but I watched friends of mine, classmates of mine, people who I was acquainted with, make it to these universities and colleges. And I would see people like Dave Butler go from San Jacinto to UNLV, and then come try out for the Wizards, and he's overseas.
Right.
We were watching the Red Cup, and I'm going to reference the Red Cup because Kurt was talking about his story.
Right.
And how things went down, the real story of how things went down with the Washington Bullets at the time. Mm-hmm. And I was like, wow. I knew parts of the story. I heard him talk about some of the story. I heard other people with their versions of it, but I knew that wasn't the truth. But I'll say, I never heard him really talk about this.
Right.
And I said, wow, man, they really kind of used him to bring some other people in, and then gauged their talent off of his.
Right. Right.
And then let him go.
Well, let me respond to that.
Okay.
Danny Ferry's father, Bob Ferry, was the general manager at the time we was coming to. And you ever look at the Bullet situation and the Wizards, they don't draft nobody from the area.
Not one.
And when they did, Lamont Reed, they went to Oral Roberts. They drafted him in the 4th round one year. David Reeves, that went to University of Georgia.
Yeah.
Went to Mackin.
Bad man.
And Michael Britt up at UDC.
UDC.
And
R.I.P. Michael Britt.
And then all of us that was here, now Larry Spriggs went up to Howard, but he played with the Lakers, won a ring.
Right.
See? Right. And then for me personally, I was told by Kevin Porter, I never forget this. Kevin Porter told me of the coalition. I think I had killed the
We'll get into that in a second. Yeah.
But Kevin Porter had told me how they operate.
Right.
Because Kevin Porter said, Duckie, this is what they're going to do. They're not going to ever bring you in because they've seen what you do up here. And if they cut you, then what's going to happen is the people are going to wonder, they done seen what you can do against their best player, their draft picks and all that. So instead of bringing you in, they're not going to bring you. That's how I ended up in Boston. And then the next year I ended up in Denver. But I never ended up in the...
So they spread the talent over
course. Well, they just didn't want to deal with the backlash. That's what they did. You remember Delonte Teller?
Yeah.
Now, Delonte Teller played on our team up there, and it's just another indication of what they do. Delonte Teller scored like 55 points on them, and he had darn day checking them. Yep. The Bullets took him off our team for the rest of the summer, which was Melvin's team, Big M Trotters, kept him on the team all through preseason, and then they let him go.
Just so he wasn't embarrassed.
But the thing is that when they got him, they knew he wasn't a point guard. See, they knew that.
He was a scorer.
They put him at the point. So when he got to camp, he's playing point more than he is playing the position. So now when they cut you, or they let you go, that's what they'll say. I'm
You're
not
not
saying
good
that's
enough.
what they said to him, but those are the dynamics that go into the decision making
Wow.
that they do. Because look at all the athletes that come out of this area. You mean tell me the Bullets don't draft none of them?
This area alone, especially over the last 15, 20 years, man, has produced, and it has nothing to do with race, because there's white, black, Hispanic guys.
Yeah.
It's some ball players of all sports,
Right,
athletic.
right.
Now they can't deny them. They have to pick them up from somewhere else, but the Wizards still won't pick
They
up
won't.
a guy. They'll pick up a transplant from D.C. coming from Georgetown,
Right.
and they
Right.
then they won't treat him well. Watch what Mr. Porter does.
Yeah,
in Chicago.
and then the boy Kelly Oubre, he's
Oh,
not from
man.
here, but
Yeah.
but he was here. You know, he was here as a Wizard. But that just so the politics of sports. See, I learned about politics when I was with the Celtics. See, there's politics in everything that you do, from jobs to music
Yes,
business to everything. You know, you always feel like you climbing the wall or trying to get your shot. All you want is a shot. And then you got politics that'll come in and say, well, not yet. Not yet.
And you're looking at, what do you mean now?
And-
I'm
and
ready
see,
now.
So how do you explain that Larry Spriggs, who played at Howard, go to the Lakers and win the NBA championship? How do you explain that Eddie Jordan went to the Lakers and won the NBA championship?
That's right.
How do you explain?
Archbishop Carroll, by the way.
And how do you explain Adrian Branch played with the Lakers to get an NBA championship? They played right here in Maryland. So
They
you know,
all had an opportunity to play for the Wizards. The
Yeah.
Wizards had an opportunity to pick each one of them
but
up.
they didn't. Now you know. So the thing is, so the politics of it, it comes down to money. Like when I was coming, they weren't paying out this type of money.
Right.
So they had guys, and Red Auerbach said this to my face. He said, "Man, one of the hardest things I had to do was to let you go."
Wow.
But see, because of the contracts back then,
Yeah,
they weren't. You know, they like you get like a 3-year, $300,000 contract, $100,000 a year.
it's a lock.
You know, yes, that was
They
a
locked
lot
you in.
back
They
then.
that was a lot.
But
back
the
then.
thing is that when you getting that guaranteed, then you know, basketball wasn't making the type of money like they making now.
On commercials.
Yeah, on television.
programs,
Yeah, see, because when I was coming up, basketball, you watched it on delayed TV. The game had already been played when you
Right.
turn it on.
Right.
So you know, you look at the dynamics of why, and then a lot of these kids don't understand that it don't have nothing to do sometimes with it just got to be in the right place
Right.
at the right time. You got to have somebody that like what you do.
Right. Pushing
And if
you
you got and not just in this, but in anything that you do, when people like you, they go all out for you.
Right.
I don't care how good you are, if they don't like you, they ain't gonna move. They ain't gonna budge. You know, so you know.
It's all about who you know and who knows
And,
you.
and that's right, and that was from the time I was born to the time you know I died. It still be that
To
way.
the end of time,
It
man.
is who you know.
I
It's
tell
not
my
what
kids
you
the
know.
same
It's not
thing.
what you know. It's who you know.
It's who you know and how
Yeah.
your opportunity is presented to
Yeah,
you.
and you know he was singing a song about God. You know, and see, here's what people don't understand. I'm not a religious buff, but I listen to I listen to things. You know, I don't know if you remember, my mom's ran Waxy Maxy
Right.
Quality Music for 40 years. So you know, I know music,
Right.
and I adjust and I adapt to the music that's playing. I know about Tupac,
Okay.
I know about Biggie, I know about
You're well
Ice Cube,
you're well
I know
versed.
about the Temptations,
Right.
I know about all that stuff
Right.
because that's what I was taught to do, to listen to all that stuff. But see, here's the thing that our kids have to realize that, first of all, you got to be obedient to the people that God put in your life,
Starting with your parents.
starting with your parents. And that's what Bill Russell was talking about creating an illusion that you know somebody and you really, really don't. The ones you really, really should know is your mother, your father,
They're in front of you all
and your teachers, the
Right.
ones that when you say Mr. So-and-so or Miss So-and-so, they know,
Oh.
hey, Terrence, how you doing?
Yeah, there you go.
They
There you
call
go.
your name. They
There you
don't
go.
say, well, hey, man,
Where I know you from?
there. They don't do that.
Right.
They've been knowing you ever since you knee high to a boot.
Right.
So, you know, our kids got to understand that that's the way things supposed to be. You create this illusion that you really like these people, that you know these people, and you don't really know these people. Right. You don't really know them. So that's what he was talking about, you know.
I want you to hold that thought. We're going to get back to you in a second, man. We're going to take a break real quick here with Duckie Vaughn. I see that my man finally broke out the trunk, man. Man, you getting good at it now. You just like kicking the trunk door open and everything. I said we're gonna get him mic'd up in a second. Hey, we're gonna be right back. This is the 640 Evening Show here on VoxWave.com. If you have any questions, legitimate questions for Mr. Vaughn, 240-719-2560. We'll be back in 1 minute and 30 seconds. Am I right, Stan? We're gonna get it. We'll be back, man.
All right.
We'll be right back.
Okay. Yes.
All you really need is a dope 7-beat.
Have you ever lived paycheck to paycheck, dodging out be late text, surprise visits from your ex, the heart of hustling on your mind so there's no sex, and still move on, man, that's a miracle. She got that mind over matter, fuck the chit chatters. She was made up in the kitchen, call her a dope bladder. Money making Mitch stacks taller than the ladder. Known to make the first cut, she's in first place. Led out the case to put you bitches in your place. Tell the mayor I got the keys to the city, ain't no having that. When I'm done with these hooks, just have my stacks. Breathing life back into this fucking rap game. This ain't Destiny's Child, but I made you say my name. Power stirring through the block, it's like ahead of you bitches. Just call me the veteran, no clones. Just dying for some tips, cause I made it on my own like Oprah did. Call her a boss bitch, she ain't no worker. Well, bitch, you know, can turn her chips into bread. Hater says she lucked up, no, I just made it happen. Yeah? My life's a miracle. Have you ever lived paycheck to paycheck, dodging out be late text, surprise visits from your ex, the heart of hustling on your mind so there's no sex, and still move on, man, that's a miracle.
Once upon a time, thought about giving up. Was at the lowest of my lows, thought about getting up. The pieces I dropped, I finally picked them up. Rock bottom, now I'm lifting up. Gotta keep going, won't stop me when I get enough. Ain't with that losing shit, cause I'ma die before I ever go to choose to quit. My moves is too legit, I'm feeling super slick. And doubt myself is one thing I never do again. Making improvements, showing improving shit. And we not the fakes, not down with my movement. I wanted more than them, I'm feeling born again. King back up on the throne, I'm just informing them. May have made some mistakes, look them straight in the face. Tell them I'm alive again, and that's amazing grace. Fuck the lames and the snakes, I had to change of pace. And not feeling myself, was in the strangest place. Like I had a stranger's face, almost went and put myself in danger's way. You either move away, or you make a way. Break through with breakaway, gotta take your time with it on the day-to-day. Here for a reason, ain't nothing spiritual. And Smokey Robinson ain't the only nigga with miracles.
Paycheck to paycheck, dodging out be late text, surprise visits from your ex, the heart of hustling on your mind so there's no sex, and still move on, man, that's a miracle.
Hey, we back. Look who broke out the trunk. Man, you're getting good at this, man. I'm gonna start calling you Houdini, man. Did you karate chop the inside of the trunk? Did you kick it out? Did you have a tool this time? I know you slick, man. I know you slick.
But I'm still going on with my VoxWave negotiations and things like that. So, you know what I'm saying? I quit, but I came back. Ready.
Okay.
You know what? You can't take. That's my job. But anyway, look, we're sitting here with Duckie Vaughn. 640's just joined us.
Yeah,
we got
man, I couldn't
mic'd up.
miss the Duckie Vaughn interview too, man. So I don't know when we'll be able to get her back right here, man. And I appreciate you coming on the show today. You know, and I know we've been having a lot of issues and stuff with the weather and stuff like that. So we know we started late and things like that.
Oh,
so hopefully, we was able to keep a lot of our listeners in tune with us. If not, we still put this on YouTube. I'm quite sure you went over that, Big T. And they can always go back and watch the show again.
Okay, good.
I did apologize to the viewers. We had some technical difficulties. I'm glad the stand is all right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Again, we had Bren 10 perform earlier. Bren, you all right, baby? Yeah. All right, you got him mic'd up right now. He said, yeah. And we got my man, Duckie Vaughn here.
Bren, I had a spread for you over there, Real Lobster, man. You ain't
Yeah, he said,
I just ate it, man.
You didn't bring it up?
I figured you probably, I didn't know if you was going to open the door or nothing like that.
He thought you left, man. He
I
thought
want
you
to
left.
congratulate you on your marriage and everything. So I had you. So put a thumbnail in for that too. And I got you next time.
Okay.
Why you ain't bring it up?
We're gonna get back to this. Y'all can go ahead and get off camera on that one. Well, look, we talked about a lot of stuff in terms of just in general about what the pitfalls, some of the glory spots, some of the things that people need to watch out for. Let's fast forward to what we're at right now in terms of high school basketball, especially in the city. DCIAA, which used to be the inner high, I call it the inner high all the time.
Right, yeah.
And the DCSAA, which has been formed, which is a good thing.
Right.
State Athletic Association, it gives you an opportunity to legitimize what you're doing.
Yeah.
What do you think about how the pool of talent sort of flows to 2 or 3 spots now, instead of people saying, you know what, since you're going over there, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to play against you. Now everybody want to be on the super teams all the day. Nobody gets to play.
Yeah, well, see, that's the problem, with these kids. And I don't have a problem with it, but most people like competition, and it kills me when some of these parents be wondering why their kids ain't playing, but you got them over the Alpha
Sitting on a bench for 3 years out of 4.
when they could be at Coolidge or Dunbar or wherever they may be playing.
Right.
Because see, when you got potential and you can't perform, that ain't no good.
Mm-hmm.
See, so
Stifles you.
you sitting on the end of the bench. Nobody gets to see you play. So and then you have, see, when I had Kirk Smith and all those guys when they were little, see, they go anywhere throughout the city, wherever it was they playing. We're gonna be competitive. We ain't want to play. I'm gonna play against you.
Right, I got
I'm
you.
gonna see what you got going.
Mhm.
Right, I'm gonna see what you got going. We ain't teaming up.
Mhm.
If we do, I'm taking my 5 from my hood uptown, and we gonna.
I'll meet you back here.
But see, and that's what a lot of people don't see in the high schools, in the AAU, especially AAU. That's why you ever watch AAU, and you see a lot of those kids. They might do good, but they don't do good when they get to college. They don't. Very few of them.
Right, they get that shot.
But see, here's the thing, because they want to all be on the same team.
Right.
They don't want to split up. They don't want. So what happens? If all 3 of us on the same team, then what happens is when I screw up and you take over, then you cover up my deficiencies.
Mm-hmm.
So nobody really knows how
Zion
bad I
Williams.
was or how good I was, because the fact of the matter is, they say, well, Duck played all right.
Right.
But he didn't do that. But see, I don't never have to live with that because
Right.
I got backup.
I got help.
And they don't understand that. They would rather play with each other than play against each other and stuff like that. Now they play against other teams when they go to what's the name. But the high school is just the inner high. Man, I went to an inner high basketball game, man. I had to leave at halftime. I think the score was like 12-10.
Wow.
And that was just like unheard
Really
of.
changed.
But the thing is, it just that, from what I understand, the WCAC, DeMatha and St. John's and Gonzaga and Paul VI and all those schools, have just robbed the city of all their kids. But I don't put that on the kids, I put it on the parents. See, and the parents be wondering why their kids can't get a scholarship, why their kids can't get seen. Because, see, when you pay $200 or $300 a summer for your kid to play on an AAU team,
I want to see him play.
and all they do is just get a backpack, a pair of tennis shoes, and some socks. But when you go off to Vegas or Georgia Peach Jam or something like that, they ain't never in the game. So when you work every day and take care of your family, you can give them a backpack and a pair of tennis shoes and stuff like that. I saw DeMatha in a summer league one time. They had 18 people on the team.
18 people.
So I would say, how in the world are they going to play 18 people?
Not 5, 18.
Yeah, in a summer league game.
Right.
In a summer league game.
Right, you got the A team and the B team.
Yeah,
Like that.
so, but
Half of them don't play.
the other key to that is, I go to these games, and then how you don't play kids in the summertime? No way.
Thank you.
You know, is winning that much important?
That makes a lot of sense to me.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean, is that much important that I don't play your son
Mm-hmm.
in the summer? He plays on my team all year round. So if I don't play him
Mm-hmm.
when I'm up 20 or 30, and I don't play him when we losing by 20 or 30,
He ain't never gonna
when
play.
he gonna play?
So
Right.
so there will be no
Yeah,
scholarship.
it will be no scholarship, but it won't be nothing. But see, the parents got to understand that you could put them on team takeover when it was DC Assault
Right.
or any one of them teams. And the thing like that, my advice to them is that they got to play. You got to put them where they can play. You know, and so if they don't put them where they're gonna play, they're gonna be for a rude awakening when it's come time to try to get in school.
You know, I'm gonna say this right now because we were talking. I was talking to people at St. Albans, and we're trying to revamp and bring kids to the school and open the doors to the school. But we're looking for student athletes.
Right.
You got to be able to do the work. Forget about the money and how much it costs to go there. I said, but if you bring your child here, your child might get a chance to play for 3 or 4 years as a starter.
Yeah.
Now he can go in 2 years. We can put a team around him, and we can go over there, and we can give him what we can give him the business.
Right.
The lady told me, she said, "No, I just want him to get over and be on a winning squad all the time." I said, "Let me tell you something. It's not him winning, because he's not going to play.
Yeah.
Because right now he's not developed to a point where he will be able to compete even in practice, let alone in a game situation against these guys."
You know, and T, I'm gonna let you talk about that and ramble with the like the high schools and because T, you know, I know that's your lane, but you know, you can't tell me that, you know, coming from with the background and stuff that you have, you know, that you not. I just want like your opinion. Like I know you've been seeing the NBA and stuff like that, and I just gotta ask your own opinion. Why did Kevin Durant leave Golden State?
Well, you know what? I'm confused about that too. Because
I'm serious.
I'm gonna tell you why I'm confused. But no, it wasn't the money.
No, it had nothing to do with the money.
He left more money on the table at
that
Golden
was something
State.
that was so original and that something that never happened. Why would you want to walk away from that?
Well, see, here's the thing. Here's why I'm confused. Because most of the guys that grew up in this area not sensitive.
Right.
You
At all.
understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're not, you know. So when you come off as an individual to other people that you can't take nothing, then I kind of try to, and I'm not saying that's what, but that's what I hear from people, you know, to say that he wanted to be appreciated. He wanted, you were the best player really on that team.
Right.
Nobody should have to tell you that at that particular time.
Right. Not on this level.
Not on that level.
Right.
Not on that level. And,
Right.
and the thing is that I don't understand it for the life of me. Now, if they, and now here's the thing. And I told some people this. When he came back to play, right? And they said, man, he should have never came back to play. But I said, but look, check this out. The guys from where we grew up from, they play.
They're going to play
Oh,
until
yeah.
they can't play.
Right.
no more.
Anytime he play
Right.
down Bird Farms,
You gonna play?
you're going to play.
Right.
You play
Right.
down Bird Farms for
Right.
free.
If I could
Right.
play on a
You can
wheelchair, I
tear-
would.
you can tear your whole body up down
If I could play on a wheelchair,
So,
I would.
that's a part of who we are.
Right.
Right.
You understand? And that's why it was so ironic to me that, he would take and just leave because we left OKC
Right.
to get a championship.
Mm-hmm.
Not only
got
you got
two.
a championship, you got two, then
And
you get
MVPs.
MVP.
Right.
All those things. Then you left, $57 million on the table.
Right.
To go to play
And
for
stuff
the
like-
Nets.
And I understand you get the money from the shoe
get the
contract
shoe-
and all your
yeah.
endorsements
He gonna
and all
make
that
money,
type
he
of
make
stuff.
money.
Yeah,
Right.
so it ain't the money. So it wasn't the money. So it had to be something that's individually
Right.
inside you to say, I ain't been accepted in my position on my job, just any job.
And real quick, T, and I'm gonna let you get back
Yeah.
to what you was talking about. 'Cause I just want to talk about that because I know
Yeah.
you got some knowledge and stuff other than your opinion.
Yeah.
And a lot of people talk about the Draymond thing. Do you know how many teams I've been on and my players on my teammates call me the B word or this, that, the other,
Yeah.
whatever, and
Yeah.
still in my face and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But after we win, we don't even think about that. You know what I'm saying? You just move on from
You
that.
move on from it.
I mean-
And the thing is,
Does that sound like him?
well, see, the thing is, I don't know him like that, But what I'm talking about, what I hear,
Right.
and like you say, and I watch this game all the time. But you're right. You know, because when all of us getting paid, you getting 30 million, I'm getting 25, and you getting 20. When we hit the floor,
Right.
It's about
I
winning.
don't care what type of name you call me, it's about winning.
Right.
Now, if you call me a name outside of my name, then that's not basketball. That's just,
That's
that's personal.
Right.
But see, the thing is, it was a heat of the moment thing.
Yeah.
See, because the thing is that and that's something I was really good at was monitoring my teammates' behavior. I know what I could say to somebody,
what you
couldn't
could
say
say.
to
Right.
somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And the thing is that sometimes you'll say something to me to get me to moving.
Right.
See, you can't say the same thing to him. 'cause
Everybody's
he'll
different.
start- yeah,
Right.
everybody's
It's different.
different. He'll sit all the way down.
Yeah.
So Draymond, but see, everybody knew that Draymond had that type of personality.
Right.
Right.
He was a pit bull type personality type guy.
It didn't seem
But
to bother
coming from here, that's the only thing that befuddled me. Coming from here,
Right.
and I'm not saying he's soft. I'm not saying he's weak, and I don't want people to take this the wrong way. See, we know how to take that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
keep it
we do.
moving.
We
Right.
know we know how to take that
Oh, that's
stuff.
what you
We
think
know how
about
to take that stuff.
Just for that, I'm gonna score
Yeah.
20 more.
Yeah, and so you're right. You're right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
We let our egos get in the way.
Right.
When I'm on top of my game, and I played with some of the best.
I got you.
But I was on a team with Mr. G. Mr. G, the cameraman.
Right.
Yeah, he was all American.
Oh, he was a ball player?
What?
He was a ball player?
Shooter, baby.
Oh,
Got
okay.
drafted by the Knicks.
Shooter,
okay.
Yeah, Greg was the all-time leading scorer in the history of the NIT until not too long ago.
Oh, okay.
But
I learned something today.
Me, him, Moses Malone,
T didn't know.
Bernard King,
I actually did.
JoJo Hunt, all us on the same team.
Oh, okay.
So
Wow.
so it's you look at that.
Oh, Duckie, hold on for a second.
Yeah.
I told you that Mr. G, the cameraman, was a ball
Yeah, he's a
player.
bad boy.
I told you that I used to go down there. I used to try to play him, and he would just shoot me out, and I had to walk off the court.
What was Mr. G wearing, T?
He was wearing that shirt right there.
Yeah.
Now, ladies and gentlemen,
But you get ready to go, right?
we getting ready
Yeah,
to shut it down,
man,
but
I'm sorry. I ain't mean to break your lane.
no,
We sorry about that.
Let me just say this before I go.
Well,
I appreciate coming
Love to
on,
have it, love to have
but
it.
more importantly, I really appreciate what y'all do, keeping us relevant. See, because we all stand on the shoulders of somebody else, and sometimes we don't understand that. That's the best lesson that we can teach our young kids.
That's right.
Is that you ain't the first,
And you won't be the last.
You won't be the last.
right.
But there was somebody for you to pave the way, and stuff like that. But see, this type of program keep us relevant.
Appreciate
you guys.
So that's a good thing that y'all guys are doing. And anything I can do to help support you or whatever, just let me know. You got my number.
Well, we're gonna bring you back
Okay.
eventually, probably by the end of the summer.
Okay.
Maybe
Okay.
when we have a food show, we need to bring you back so you can sit back and relax, man. I got you, though. I got you. We're gonna make the vegetables taste good.
Yeah,
Man.
okay. Yeah.
Hey, look, hold on for 1 second. We're gonna close the show out real quick. I want to thank Brenton. I want to thank Mr. Duckie Vaughn. I want to thank Mr. 640 for doing a Houdini and getting out the trunk. Man, I got to get a better trunk in my car, man.
Yeah.
I got to get a double lock, man. Stan is doing good. Stan, tell the folks you doing okay.
Doing all right.
All right, Stan, all right, he okay. He be home later, mama. He be home later, mama. Now, look. Go ahead, 640. We're going to close this show out, man. Go ahead and talk about what you want to talk about, man.
All right, before I close the show, I want to say prayers and stuff, and going out to the Deltas and all those folks out there in
Please,
New Orleans.
New
Big
Orleans.
T,
Hey, Mom, I got you. I know you watching.
Yeah, and
Ninth
all
Ward.
Back there been now.
Yes, sir.
Ninth Ward.
Ninth Ward, baby.
640 Evening Show. We about to get up out of here. Who's this?
It's me,
Hey, what's up, Robin?
What's up, Robin?
guys. I'm so glad you guys finally got on. I was a little concerned about that, but great show. Great show. Mr. Vaughn, I totally enjoyed your interview today, and I definitely heard you on there before, but just very enlightening. And one thing about this show, it's not just for new artists, but it does open up a platform for folks to keep them relevant. So I just wanted to call in just to say that I really did appreciate everything that you said.
Thank you.
And I look forward to having you back on the show.
Okay, thank you very much.
And this is Robin Blandlow. She does our blog, and she's a serious cog in the 640 Evening Show machine.
Absolutely.
All right.
Thank you, T.
Robin,
All right.
hopefully everything is going okay with your
Yes,
situation.
sir. Yes, sir.
Well, we'll see what happens. Got some roadblocks here, but God is good, and we just keep believing that He'll handle the situation.
Keep us posted. Keep us posted.
Most definitely. So I know you guys got to go, but I just wanted to get my little call in.
All right.
All right, guys. Love you guys.
All right.
Bye-bye.
It's always great to have a situation that turns out positive.
Oh, yeah.
Once again, thank you so much. I expect to have you back. We're going to do a follow-up on this in a few weeks.
Yeah.
And we're going to have some more of the legends coming back along with you. But I wanted to give you a spotlight first.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, sure did.
Tyrone Stretch Jones, give me a call.
And we with
Michael Grant, what's up?
And speaking of that, with the water, the DMV, with these flash floods we have, I don't think we're ready for that.
I don't think we are.
That caught us
Somebody
off
check the levees in DC's Potomac.
You know the streets, though. Because when they get saturated with water, they start to tear up.
Yeah.
But I lived in Ninth Ward for 5 years.
How'd you like that?
I loved it. But I didn't, I went through the same thing when Hurricane Matthew came down there.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. I live right off the Lake Pontchartrain, which is right there at the University
right
of New
there.
Orleans.
Right
there. Okay.
So,
Right, the water.
When the levees break and stuff like that, that water comes up, and because it sits underneath, it's below sea level.
Right.
And so it's man, they in a heck of a position, man.
Well,
so keep our prayers
Mom,
for them.
you and the Deltas, y'all stay safe. Make sure you get back on the 8. If they say it's going to break, get on that bus and come on back, man. I got you. Just tell me when I got to pick you up, baby.
How do the Deltas do? What's the?
Hey, don't. You know what? Don't make them women come in here and wear you out, man. They gonna come and wear you out. Hey, man, I ain't got nothing to do with that. And he know better too. He done got an award for them and everything. Everything.
Yeah.
Hey, look. This is the 640 Even Show. 640, go ahead and sign us off.
Take it easy, take it slow. Don't forget I told you so. To the Heavenly Father and my mother above, may we all learn to live in peace and love. I said from the east to the west with a shout, turn those problems over to the Lord. Ladies and gentlemen, only He can work it out. I'm DJ 640, that's Big T.
That's
we appreciate
right.
everybody for tuning in and listening to us and staying with us today. But like the infamous would say, good night, y'all.
And please remember that we stand on the shoulders of those that come before us. So please understand that we always pay homage to the ones that came before us. So what I say for that is, thank you, Petey Green, for everything. Without you, this would not be possible. This show would not be going. It would not be relevant. It's because of you, brother.
PG.
Yeah.
All right.
Bren 10. Now that I got your attention, we still winning. They ain't ever gonna stop.
But this shit is harder than they think. All of my niggas agree. It's a lot of hard work to be king. If you do not know what I mean,
Yeah.
then very soon you will see. Ain't nothing over here come free. No, you cannot fuck with my team. All of my niggas winning. We winning.
Yeah. Give me what you got to give me more. Championships, I need plenty more. Every time, every place, we gonna outscore every score. #1 team, fuck every source. Victory up on any court. We got it in, we got it then. No more L's, we just gotta win. Pass me the torch just like a baton. Young nigga ballin' like I'm LeBron. Going in, going good. Gold medal, no time for bronze.